Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Scrap Secrets and welcome to another video. So today's video is going to be a little bit about my storage ideas and a little bit of a mini walkthrough of my craft room. Now, I cleaned up last night and I'm so excited about that, which is why I decided to make the video and show you guys how I organized some of my stuff. The whole craft room has not been organized, so I'm just going to show you the nicer, cleaner parts of it and walk you through where I got some of the stuff, some of the ideas, and some future ideas for my craft room, because there's going to be several changes that are made in here. One of the biggest things that I did is I went through my supplies and I put together a donation pile for my local library. If you guys have old supplies that you don't use anymore, like mostly the ones that I got when I first started and I didn't realize what the difference between a real good ink pad or a stamp set was, and I just kind of got some things. I'm going to donate them to the library. So if you guys are looking for a place, your library or your senior citizen center, so you can give your old stuff new life. So anyway, that was a long introduction to show you guys what's what my craft room looks like. So to get started, this desk here, I'll pan kind of slowly so I don't make you guys seasick. This is from Lowe's. So that single cabinet here and these double cabinets here along with the countertop, I got them all from Lowe's, and the whole entire thing costed about $500. I got these cabinets on sale, amazing, for they were clearance, so there was nothing wrong with them. Literally the only thing that was changing was the outside packaging of them. So they had these ones just randomly lying around. So we had to go to Lowe's several times because we didn't have a truck. So we just picked them up in the SUVs that we had. But we made it work and I love it. I wish they had more. So that is this, and I'll show you what's in each of these cabinets and drawers and stuff in a minute. But let's start out with the ink storage. So over here, this whole desk is going to be kind of my workstation, and we'll go through like the different little areas that I'm going to have. So this over here is going to be a cutting station. This is my Fiskars paper trimmer. I also have another one that's in my desk, which I'll show you guys. I don't know if I'll get to it in this video. It might be another video. But this ink storage right here, the whole back wall is ink storage. So the first two cubes that I have are for distress inks and distress oxides. The distress oxides are the gray ones and the black ones are the distress inks. And you can see here that I labeled each one and then I color coded it with the ink blending tools so that I would know what color it is when I actually go to use it, which I love. I love that. Now, if you notice down here, I have these little ink cubes. It usually helps to keep both of them together because they are tiny and they will slip back in there. I know there are little dividers that you can buy, like this one's all by itself and it kind of gets lost back there. So I have that, and then I did them in color order, not rainbow color order, but I kept all the colors together. And then you'll see, this is just the same kind of thing, just different colors. You'll see the same type of the same color order over here in my, these are my hybrid inks and my dye inks. It's mostly from MFT and Hero Arts, but I have some random Simon Says stamp in here and some, what else do I have? I think I have some, do I have some Heidi Swap? I might have some Heidi Swap in here. But I think it's mainly MFT and Hero Arts. So I did get a bunch of new ones. So like in here, I just haven't labeled these yet. So what I'm going to do for the hybrid and the dye inks, I wrote the name on there and then I just cut a dot out and swiped it on top of the ink pad so that I know what color it is. So these are all, look at how many blues I have. I kind of have more. I'm running out of room in most of these. Like this is, the second layer is green. So I do have a lot. And then this is the yellows, and then this is the grays down here. And then these are all the like browns and more neutral colors. So on top of here, I just have some projects that I've made, a card from my aunt thanking me for some of the stuff that I made for her daughter-in-law's shower, and then, some of the other cards. These two cards are from Jennifer Maguire, which I absolutely treasure, and then this one is from Sandy Alnuck. Love, love, love these cards. I wish that I could be that good. Like if you look at Sandy's coloring, like that is just absolutely amazing. And Jennifer is always so creative. I love her design. So I watch both of their videos religiously. And so these two were from the Simon Says Stamp. It was the boxes for the hurricane relief. And then I won a contest from and got a card from Sandy, which was so cool. I think it was over on Instagram. And that hole in the wall is from when I used to have these kind of units over here over on this wall. So I had to move things down a little bit. The next station is the paper scoring station. So I cut my stationery here, or cardstock here, and then I come over here and score it or do any of the scoring techniques. I love these Heidi Swap mats. I have a couple of them around. They make things make cleaning up so easy. The next thing I have is my brother Scan and Cut. I love this thing. I only got it maybe 3-4 months ago, but I only really use it to cut out stamped images. So I really need to learn to do more on this, but my machine is the Cricut, which I'll show you in a second. And there's pictures of the twins from when they were so little babies. There is my love, my Cricut Explorer. So this has, I have my mats on there. I also have some mats under here, some extras with my fuzzy slippers. These are some of the things that need to get put away. I used to have all the pens up in that little storage area. Let me turn the light on over here so I get some light so it's not so shadowy, hopefully. And so the pens used to be in there, but then I got too many, so I have these little cups that I got on clearance from Michael's. I have that. I need to find a better solution because like I have cords all over the place. I got to figure something out for this. I can't tuck them behind the top here because there is no room, so I got to figure something else out. So we'll figure it out. Then these are the mats, the design and cut, and then the scan and cut, and then the Cricut mats, the 12 and the 24-inch mats. And then here is my Mac, which I absolutely love, love, love. And then I have some money from projects that I made. I have some random stuff that I haven't put away yet. And then I have in here my gelatos and my distressed crayons, which I absolutely love. I haven't used in so long that I need to. These little containers. These little containers are lifesavers. I just keep a lot of stuff in there. And then this old mason jar that I have has my mini misters in there. And then this lamp, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it. I love it. One of my friends got it for me for a housewarming present, and I absolutely love it. And then this is paper that I had that needs to find a home. It needs to go into my scrap bucket, which I will show you. There's my brother, my sister, and myself from my sister's engagement party. And then I have in here, these units are probably going to get moved. This is when you first come into the craft room. And again, this area is like super messy because I did not finish cleaning this stuff up yet. These cubbies are not being used efficiently, and I really, really need to figure out a better way. There's a washi tape rack, which I love because I keep all my washi tape in it. I love the way the glitter glues are up there, but I need to do something different with this. And then I have my embossing powders and some distressed stickles. And then in this basket up here, I have the distressed ink, the distressed paints in there, and some distressed stains. This is probably a bunch of stuff that, these are all my sprays that are in there. And I have random stuff like cat toy on top of it. And then over here, to show you guys this, oh, don't look at my messy hallway. This is my youngest niece. When my brother and sister-in-law told me they were having a baby, they gave me this little poo with the little, it's like a gift card holder, but they put her sonogram in it, so super cute. So this I need to find a different home for this because that's definitely, it's definitely not using the space adequately enough. So let's go over here. Let's go back to the drawers, actually. We'll probably just finish the desk today because this is already almost 10 minutes and there's a lot more stuff in this craft room. So let's look into the drawers. So I have some organizers in here. I don't know what's going to go in here. A lot of stuff that could possibly go in here. I need to get more ink blending tools. I do have more of these bins. So that's my next step, is to get a lot of these ink blending tools so that I can have more of them for distress inks and distress oxides. Then I have some brushes, and I have my paper stumps for blending, and then I have extra foams for when I get new distress oxides, because that's my, my plan. I'm working on the distress oxides now. I got this distress refresher and wanted to see if it works. I have 2 Salty Ocean ink pads, and I'm going to use it on the old one to see if it really does bring them back to life. I have a couple of rulers in here. I have some plastic ones, and then I have a metal one just for different uses. And then this is probably the most ingenious thing that I feel like I came up with. I'm sure other people use methods that are similar to this. So I took 2 binders, and each binder coordinates with one of these sets of, like, one of these organizers. So the first organizer, the one on the left, is in this teal binder. And in here, I have, like, these are coin pockets, and I cut a piece of white cardstock down, used the distress ink or distress oxide on top, wrote the name, and if it's like, these ones are just distress ink because I don't have oxide after it, so I put oxide after that, and then kept the ink blending foams in here. So this is my storage system for this, and I absolutely love it. Excuse me. I found it to be very helpful. It's very easy to put things back, and that's one of my biggest things, is when I'm organizing in the craft room, I need to be able to put things back very quickly and very efficiently, because otherwise I won't do it. Oh, and there's my cat Fred. He's hanging out with me in the craft room tonight. So if you go in here, excuse me Fred, excuse me bud. I have my old iron back there. I used to do ironing projects on paper when I first started paper crafting, and I really don't iron, so I have that there. This book here, this binder here, stores some of my embossing folders. These are the smaller ones, and then I hope I'm not making anyone sick. I'm sorry about that. In here, in this bin, these are some of the larger ones, some of the steel ruled dies, and then I have another bin in here with more Cuttlebug storage. So some 3D ones. There's just a lot of stuff in there. There's actually more 3D ones up there. And then down here, here's an extra paper trimmer that I don't really use. This one is another part of another paper trimmer. And then this is one of the first things that I ever got when I got into scrapbooking and crafting. It's a dry embossing thing. So there's a big stencil, and there's little pegs. I think it's a Fisker's one because it has the orange on it. It has little orange pegs that you put the paper underneath, you put the stencil on top of it, and then you put the pegs in, and you can dry emboss on the paper. So that's it. So that's that set of drawers. And then we'll go over into the one that is in front of the scan and cut. Let me just move these. Sorry guys. All right, so this is kind of sort of organized. These are from the dollar store, and they're just random things that I picked up thinking like, oh, I'll start working on them and try to be able to sell them, and it never happened. So I picked up a bunch of these Brea Reese inks when they were on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Never used them yet, but they're in my ink drawer. I also did the same for these Dina Wakley heavy body acrylic paints. So I have a couple of those. I have some more Brea Rose. This is texture paste, which I absolutely love texture paste, but I haven't been able to get into it lately. I haven't really been in my craft room a lot. Excuse me, I apologize. So texture paste, I absolutely love it. I have more in the other storage area, and I have more storage containers, so I may put more texture paste into here. I have these Stays On inks that I think I only opened one. Probably didn't use. Scrap piece of paper. This is just a little kit for the girls when they come over. you know, I like to have little crafty things for them to do. So I just have this. This is probably obviously for when they get a little bit bigger, but they love painting now, so I might be able to get them into it. And then these are my pens, my lettering pens, and some brush pens, some Tombow pens that I just picked up that I use for lettering. So lots of different things, fun things. And then here are my colored pencils. I should probably move my blending stubs over into, and my Gamsol over into this. I have a thing of Inktense, a small thing of Inktense, a larger thing of Inktense, and then the 150 Prismacolor. So a lot of stuff in here with coloring mediums. And then the last thing that I have in here, besides these little sequins and this little Brilliance ink pad that does not go in here, goes in another drawer. This is my swatch book. So before I had the organizational system that's on top, I had this little swatch book here, and this is an MFT stamp, and what I did was I stamped it out in the color, and then I put the color of the name of it and the color on the back. So that was my little ring, so that I could tell what colors were what when I was trying to pick a color for a project. Okay, now the last thing I will do is I will show you in this incredibly messy cabinet. So up here are some books for lettering and some just sketchbooks, things like that. Oh, excuse me. And then down here I have some of the twins and Nora's things that, you know, when they come over, they can paint, they can color, they can craft. This is just some random supplies. Underneath there are paints. And then this right here is a present that I made for my parents for their anniversary, and it didn't last. I had a picture frame on there. It was too heavy, so it fell down. So I'm trying to figure out how to fix that. I did one of those little crossword puzzles with everyone's name on it. Let me see if I can, like that. And see up there, there's the picture frame, and it just fell down. So I have an extra piece of the same thing, and I'm going to try to remake it. Excuse me, Fred. He keeps getting in the way of opening and closing the doors. Now he's going to try to go in there. So let's walk you over to this. And I don't really think I have a lot in here. This is just the old Cricut. There's just some random paper things in there. And then in this drawer here is really, this is not organized. These are some ideas for some onesies, some Cricut blades, and some just extra supplies that when I'm over here, I can kind of do some sketching. I have a little book with pens and pencils and stuff. These washi tapes are actually for the girls. I got them because you can color on them, which is super cool, and they were on clearance. And then obviously I have some of the Disney cartridges that I just got for the girls. Well, didn't just get, because I got them for their 3rd birthday and they just turned 4. So I have a lot of random projects just, lying about. I have that, and over here I have ones that are just not finished. Just some coloring that I like to do when I'm sitting around watching TV. So that's it. That's the tour of my craft room, my craft desk over here. I will work on another craft tour of this. I'll just give you guys this. Ooh, don't mind all that stuff. That's the messy part. A sneak peek of this right here, because you can actually see the tabletop. It's so exciting. I definitely still have work to do, but I'll show you guys what are in these drawers, how I organize all my paper, my 12 by 12 paper, patterned and colored, and that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below. If you have any organizational tips or videos that you would love for me to see, I would love to see them. Link them down below, and I'll go over and check them out and see if I can incorporate some of that into my craft room. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Bye!